Hello everyone, today I'd like to introduce you to my Hito Evaluativo number 3, which was based on my experience in Liceo La Asunción. Liceo La Asunción is a large school located in Talcahuano, a middle-class neighborhood with a history connected to the local huachipato industry. The school has a population of 2,598 students and features 3 main buildings, each with about 5 classrooms per level. It offers excellent facilities, including 3 gyms, 2 soccer fields, a basketball court, a volleyball court, 3 computer rooms, a library, and an auditorium. The school places a strong emphasis on sports, with most students participating in at least one sport extracurricular activity. For my unit plan and needs analysis, I chose the 8th grade C class. Based on my observations during the first lesson, these students are very participative and well-behaved. Regarding the English level, although the needs analysis suggests most students are at B2 to C1 level, both the English teacher and I agreed that the majority are actually closer to a B1. This understanding helped me tailor the teacher approach to better suit students' needs. Identification of learner needs. The needs analysis helped me understand the specific needs and preferences of my 8th grade C students. Through a survey, I gathered information of the English proficiency level, learning styles, personal interest, and how relevant they feel English is in their lives. The results showed a range of abilities, with beginners needing more scaffolding like visual aids and vocabulary support, while more advanced students could handle critical thinking and discussion tasks. Most students reported low confidence in speaking, and sport was the most common interest. I also spoke with English and PE teachers to better understand the diverse needs in the classroom. Alignment with course objectives. The needs analysis for 8th grade C helped shape the lesson objectives for the Discoveries unit, which was the number 2. With 60% intermediate and 40% beginners students, the lesson included differentiated tasks to meet varied English level. For example, while advanced students analyze a text about Isaac Newton, beginners get support like visual aids and sentences starters. Because many students lack confidence speaking, the lesson offers a structured activity for sharing opinions on discoveries to build their skills. Students' interest in sport and popular culture inspired a task on Chilean astronomical discoveries and creating a hypothetical discovery proposal, making learning more relevant and effective. Lastly, a video about racing electric cars supports listening skills and different learning styles. This analysis ensured the lesson is flexible, engaging, and suited to all students. Adaptation of content and materials. The needs analysis greatly influenced how I selected and adapted instructional materials for my lessons. While I made sure to align closely to the Minnesota curriculum, I also incorporated additional resources I found online to better suit my students' preferences and learning styles. Knowing that many students, including those with special educational needs, respond well to visual and interactive content, I included plenty of drawing activities, pictures, and speaking tasks, since writing can be challenging for some, especially students on the spectrum. To make lessons engaging and clear, I created materials like games and Canva presentations that included the lesson aims, class agenda, visual instructions, and activities. This combination ensured that materials were accessible, motivating, and inclusive for all learners. Differentiation of strategies. To ensure the lesson was accessible to all learners, I focused on differentiation strategies that addressed different learning styles, abilities, and special needs. Speaking emerged as a common strength for the whole class, even though students initially felt insecure about it, so I gradually increased speaking abilities and included spoken exit tickets to help them build confidence, while also offering the option to show understanding in writing. Speaking was encouraged but never mandatory, respecting a student's comfort level. When introducing new vocabulary or instructions, I always used pictures and presented information in multiple formats to support visual learners and those who needed extra clarity. For reading materials, I made careful adaptations guided by the PA teacher by using a consistent, clear font, which was Arial size 14 with double line spacing. Because I noticed, and the teachers told me, that some students get overwhelmed when faced with dense texts. These strategies helped me make the lesson inclusive and supportive for everyone. Assessment and feedback. The needs analysis had a big impact on how I chose to assess my students' progress and understanding throughout the lessons. I made sure to include ongoing assessment at every step using concept checking questions or CCQs and exit ticket to quickly gauge what the student had learned. For speaking, I encourage students to participate orally, but always give them the option to respond in a written way if they feel more comfortable. This helped reduce anxiety and allowed everyone to demonstrate their learning in a way that suited them best. I also separated the skills in each assessment, in summative assessment, focusing on one communicative skill at a time, like it says there, the reading quiz or listening quiz. So students wouldn't feel overwhelmed by having to tackle multiple skills at once. This approach made assessment more manageable and fair, supporting students' progress effectively. Cultural and linguistic considerations. When planning and delivering a lesson, I took into account important cultural and linguistic factors revealed by the needs analysis. One key insight was that students expressed a strong preference for working in pairs or groups rather than alone. This aligns with research showing that learners often feel more comfortable collaborating with their peers, which helps them reduce anxiety and creates a supportive environment where they can share knowledge and assess their own understanding without the fear of failure. By incorporating groups and pair work regularly, I aim to build classroom culture that encourage cooperation and peer learning, making the lesson more engaging and accessible for all students. This approach not only respects their social preferences, but also supported their language development in a more natural and interactive way. A reflection on the effectiveness of the plan unit. Reflecting on this term, I believe my efforts were highly successful in addressing the key needs identified through the needs analysis. I was able to incorporate differentiated activities, scaffolding materials, and varied speaking opportunities to matched the diverse proficiency level and learning preferences of the students. However, looking back, I realized that conducting a more detailed and deeper analysis could have helped me understand some students better and tailor the lesson even more effectively. While I addressed most of the needs, I think I could have integrated more of the students' personal interests like sports and music into the content to boost engagement. Based on feedback and observations during the lessons given by the teacher, there are several changes I would make in future classes. First, I would work on creating a clearer, more concise instructions because although I presented instructions in multiple formats, the way I deliver them sometimes caused a certain level of confusion. Also, I would develop more contextualized lessons that relate directly to the students' lives and interests to make learning more meaningful. Finally, I learned the importance of frequently recalling the lesson aims throughout the class so students stayed focused and understand exactly what they're working towards. These adjustments would help enhance students' understanding, motivation, and overall the lesson effectiveness in future units or lessons or classrooms. Continuous development. During this teaching semester, I gained many important insights that have shaped my growth as an educator. For example, managing a classroom of 45 students was challenging but rewarding, as it helped me build confidence in my abilities and taught me new strategies to maintain student focused. I also realized how crucial it is to develop a strong relationship with students and how to handle complex classroom situations effectively. However, I see clear areas for growth, especially in lesson planning. In the future, I want to incorporate more diverse planning approaches like project-based learning and task-based learning to make lessons more engaging and practical. I also aim to deliver full lessons entirely in English and improve how I give instruction to avoid confusions. This semester has influenced my future educational goals and values deeply. I embraced a teacher identity centered on practical, students-focused learning, recognizing the importance of flexibility and continuous adjustments based on students' needs. Additionally, I learned that respecting due dates is essential for managing my own stress and maintaining a smooth workflow. Overall, this experience has strengthened my commitment to becoming a more effective, responsive, and reflective teacher.